For all you mad bastards loving the Big Show podcast, get up even closer on Instagram, YouTube and TikTok. Or raw dog it 4 to 7 every weekday on Radio Hauraki.
Jace.
Yes. I don't know that I've got the right headphones here.
Well, I'll tell you what, man, I was sitting over there doing the commentary earlier this week and I had to turn it down from slightly past halfway. You've just gone there and and I actually said, Jace always has it at about 75%. You've made me a liar. You've got it on 85, 90 there. Jace.
Yeah.
Jace, man.
Yeah.
You got the wrong headphones on, man.
Yeah.
How you going, Mogi?
Going good, man. Had a good old day. I had a really good... I know people are dying to know about the sleep chat, but I had a really good one last night. I woke up at 4, had a waz,
Nice.
back to sleep, woke up at 6 when the alarm went off.
That's good.
It's unheard of, man, is what it is.
The going straight back to sleep after taking a waz, I struggle to do that.
Tough. Well, after the night before, I actually think it might be...
Does everyone know that scene in Pulp Fiction?
That was what that was.
John Travolta
100%.
You've got
is
Whereas
looking
on
around.
heroin...
this one isn't on, and you've got that one on, but there isn't one for that one.
We'll just unplug
There
them.
isn't one for that one. There isn't one
So for those listening,
for that one.
me and Mogi are in our positions in the ACC studio recording this, and Jace is wandering around trying to plug in his headphones. Jace, the thing you're turning down,
Now, Keyzie,
what?
you're not allowed to get up and help.
No, I'm not going to.
I just want to say
yeah,
that.
Yeah, fair enough.
Let's see if you and I can just have a nice 10-minute chat. Anyway, it was great sleep, and that made a big difference for my day there. I haven't been able to get to the gym yet again, but, these are, it's what you get.
Yeah,
But having some good fun at work, man.
that's really crucial, isn't it?
Oh, well, it's been a while since it's been fun, but just coming up with some real good ideas.
All right.
It's good.
Well, that's exciting.
It is. It'll take a little bit, but hopefully only a few weeks rather than years.
Actually, just on that, if anyone's listening to this podcast and they really like video games,
Oh, yeah.
you should listen to my other podcast, Extremely Casual Gamers.
That's right.
Definitely.
There's a heap of episodes there. Start from episode number 1, man. Check
Yeah,
it out.
absolutely. That's on there. That's made at Frank's Studios, Frank Podcast there. And also season 2 of Wellington Paranormal's just started up, Keyzie.
Really?
I know you're a big fan.
I am.
New episode out today. Last week was the first episode. Interview with Melanie Bracewell.
Because she wrote a couple of the episodes, right?
She did. She wrote 3, I think. And then she was a guest star in 2 episodes. And she also wrote an episode of Time Bandits.
Didn't Jermaine or Tyker or something like her tweets or something? And
That's
so we're
right.
like, do you want to write an entire episode?
Yep.
That's pretty amazing.
Pretty good.
Just from tweeting funny stuff. Jace, are you sorted, man?
Yeah, man.
Okay, it's good stuff. Hey,
I just will make the point that it's usually plugged in on the other one.
Oh, absolutely.
oh,
You're
wow.
right.
And it only took
I don't
you
know.
3 minutes.
There usually is 3 mics here, so I think that's what's happened there.
Yeah. That's what it seems like.
But to be honest with you, what you guys were chatting about was pretty dull, so I probably wouldn't have contributed anyway.
No,
Fellas,
that's true. You've never got anything to say around sleep.
No, I was talking more podcasts.
Yeah.
Hang on.
No, it was great. It was
You
great.
do a podcast, Jace. You do this one.
Oh, is this a podcast?
This whole show is a podcast.
Oh, you're shitting me.
Can I talk you through my comedy night last night?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so it was...
Not your comedy night.
No, I wasn't doing it. Minogue and his partner who live down the road from us out west, Auckland, she was like, do you guys want to come to this comedy night? There's a bar out there, quite a nice bar. I was like, yeah, sweet, $30 each. Bought the tickets last week.
Jesus.
Lock it in, I know.
How many people on the card?
6, one of them being the MC. One of them also being Tony Lyle, who works here in the ACC in Game of Two Halves and is a very funny comic. So we're excited to go and support Tony.
Was that why you went?
Yeah, excited were you?
Yeah, well, we didn't go we just went because it's a local
Gets
comedy
you out,
night.
mate.
Yeah,
Sure.
midweek. It's like doing a quiz or something, So my wife and I are late because the traffic is fucked on the Western because it was raining.
It's shocking.
Starts at 7. We get there 7:15, and I'm like, God, here we go. I have to walk in through a packed house late, and I'm probably going to get roasted by a comic. Walk in, and I'm like, oh, we've obviously got the wrong place because it is half empty. And no one's speaking. There's no comic anywhere. Nothing's happening. It's like a half-empty restaurant. Turns out that it is happening. They're having microphone issues and lighting issues.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
And they sold so few tickets that they decided to keep the restaurant open. And just everyone that bought a ticket then got a free meal to sort of pay it back.
Oh, wow.
However, they didn't shut down the restaurant. So while the comic was speaking, you can picture a big open room. All that's in the middle is a row of plants. On the right side is a full-blown dinner service happening with kids, like people having yarns. People have been there for hours.
The dream, yeah.
The dream.
No.
On the left side is everyone that's paid to see this comedy gig, and the comic is in the middle in a dark area with a bright TV behind them so you couldn't see where they were looking. Like it was like a silhouette. And they'd be like, hey, what do you do for a crowd? Like looking at someone, and you couldn't tell who they were looking at. It was that bad. The microphone was cutting out, and the dinner service was so loud that the guy emceeing was like, this is one of the worst. He was Irish or something, or Scottish. He was Scottish. It was one of the worst gigs I think I've ever done. Because it's just, and then like he kept to be halfway through a yarn. And
Was that Alan McElroy? Something like that?
Maybe.
Got a beard?
Yeah. And he was a funny dude
Irish,
as well.
I think. Yeah.
And he literally would go halfway through a joke and then have to stop because the kids knocked over the giant Jenga tower. And we were just sitting there like, fuck, this is terrible. Whoever the bar manager is needs to like tell
Sort it
those
out.
people to move to the outdoor area, which is all set up. No one's out there with heaters. Just be like, you're not here for this. Go sit out there. Give him a new microphone that works because it kept cutting out.
It must have been killing you, Keyzie, knowing that you could have helped.
Oh, man.
That you could have fixed it.
Knowing that, to be honest, Minogue was there, who's the opposite of me, and he doesn't give a shit. He wanted to go up there and help somehow. It's like, I don't know whether you unplug it, blow on the cord, and then plug it back in, just try anything. So we get there late, and it hasn't started yet because of all the issues, right? So that's good. We sit down. Probably, I reckon there's 9 people in the crowd that are there to watch the comedy night.
Yes.
6 of which being on our table. There's these guys, these Westies, old boys, probably in their 60s, who have been on the piss for like 4 hours, I reckon, right in the middle of everything, and they are having loud yarns in the middle of the restaurant and do not give a fuck. And like, if anyone wants to hit them up, they all had like mohawks and like denim vests on and shit. So they were proper like bogans. So no one could do anything about that. They left after an hour, fortunately. And then Lana Walters was the first person on, who's a great comic, very experienced. Her microphone just wouldn't work. Couldn't see her. It was an absolute fucking shambles. Tony Lyle was an hour and 20 minutes late. And I love Tony, but it's classic Tony Lyle. And the Alan dude was freaking out. Who was just like, where the fuck is Tony Lyle? And then all the comics did relatively well. They managed to sort some stuff out. Finally, Minogue put his hand up and said, can you turn the screen off behind you so we can actually see you? Because we'd had a few beers by then and we felt like we could actually say something.
Sure.
So they turned off. He was like, oh, so you can actually see us now? I was like, yeah. So we just did an hour of comedy and no one could see us. I was like, yeah, and couldn't really hear you either. So that was cool. And then this Tony comes on. He does really well. He's a bit flustered because he's a bit late, but he probably did the best out of everyone. The last guy, right?
The closer.
55 years old, I reckon. Said he's been doing comedy for 35 years. I hadn't heard of him, and I was like, hey, that's probably a bad sign. Right? 35 years in the game.
He said he's been doing it for 35 years.
That's right.
It's a strange thing to point out.
It is.
Yeah, and it's like, I haven't heard. So instantly, I'm like, oh, God, why haven't we heard of you? Or why haven't we seen you around?
He wasn't English, was he?
No, he was Kiwi.
Okay.
No, he was West Auckland. He made it known. He did an entire set about how back in the day, you could do stuff that you can't do now, which is the most like cliche thing. But like, people were laughing. One of the things he talked about was like how he had to go at people with ADHD, autism. He did a Japanese accent for a large part of it. He did a bit about...
I would have loved that.
This guy gets it.
Yeah,
people were
he's
laughing,
on.
right? So there were people there that were loving it.
The Hauraki Big Show, weekdays from 4 on Radio Hauraki. The Hauraki Big Show podcast.
You're laughing because it's wrong.
We were laughing because of the situation. We were
Yes.
like, fuck, is this actually happening? And then the closer for him was he did a bit about, and the funny, you'll probably find this funny, about when he's so old that his nuts are going to hang so low, he'll be at the retirement home pretending he's got dementia and just walking around with his nuts out. And they'll be like, oh, poor blah, blah, he's got dementia. He's like, nah, I don't. I just want my nuts out and I don't care anymore. And also he's going to practice, because they're so saggy, he's going to practice using them like poise, and then started pretending to sing the Poye song, like at the full start of that song.
What a legend.
How many he must have 2 scrotums like you, Jason.
Yeah.
It was fucking like,
Crook.
it was one of those nights where I went, thank God I do not have to pursue comedy through that route of like
Yes.
gigs like that. It was fucking unbearable.
It's hard enough as it is.
Yeah.
Without lighting issues, without
Sound
mic
issues.
The bar
issues,
fucked them up.
without people issues.
Yeah.
Certainly been in scenarios, where you have a split bar.
Yeah.
And that's always a fucking disaster.
It was terrible.
You cannot have
yeah.
one half of your audience eating a meal and not actually interested in what you're doing, and the other half there to watch comedy.
The other half
worked.
was 9 people.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing is, like your table of 6, you feel the pressure of giving them something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Of laughing so that they don't feel like total pieces of shit.
We were a very receptive audience. Laughing out loud. They were asking us questions like, who's got an interesting job? And we pointed out Minogue's Mrs. Zookeeper. And then, getting in, like, is anyone here into star signs? Like, pointed at my missus. I was like, she loves star signs. And then he started roasting her, even though she hates stuff. We felt like we had to be part of it.
So you sacrificed your wife
the thing.
for the sake of a comedian.
But you can sit there and just go, oh, this is fucking terrible.
Yes.
And just be a sad sack, or you can make the most of it.
It was,
Totally.
and we, to be honest, by the end of it, we came away with big grins on our faces from what we had witnessed.
Yeah.
And it was just such an interesting thing. And I just felt like, because the comics were actually really good. They decided the way they tackled it, Jace, I don't know if you do this, but if you're having mic issues and if it's all a bit fucked, you just come on with heaps of energy.
Yes.
And this American guy came on and was just like, "G'day, everyone!" And instantly all the people eating shut up and started to listen.
Yeah.
And the way they tackled it was pretty professional and shit.
You know, when we had I was telling you about when we had Ben Elton on and he came to the show and we had this, no lighting or anything like that issues, but like 6 people in the classic comedy and bar, which is, I don't know, seats 100 odd, with 3 dudes up the front who could not give a fuck.
Yeah.
Who were just heckling the whole time. It was just...
Yeah,
and Ben Elton was there just going, oh,
Ben Hurley told a story about that. Was that around, what year was that, do you reckon?
Oh, fucking many, many years ago. I couldn't tell you. I have no...
Ben Hurley was telling a story, not knowing that we'd talked to him, about Ben Elton being there in 1999.
Yes.
And that one of the guys, some guy leaned over to him and goes, "Oh, fucking hell, they're not very good, are they?" To Ben Elton, and he dressed him down.
Yeah,
so it's not fucking easy, mate. Like, if you don't like it, you get up there and give it, So he's
fucking oath.
Yeah, he's
fucking
a good
oath.
man.
And seriously, but that's why he was such a legend, because because everyone was freaking out to come backstage afterwards and go, "That was fucking, I really enjoyed this and this and this," but it is a painful life. Even when shit's going really well and you do great gigs, it's not a healthy life.
Well,
being
what's
a
funny
comic.
about it is, especially in New Zealand, it's so difficult because there's so few opportunities to get good. So if you get a gig on a Friday and a Saturday night, you've probably been prolific.
Yes.
Whereas over in the States, you can go
all over
Wednesday to Sunday, and on a Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, you can do 7 spots a night.
Yes.
At all
Going
different
around
places.
to different spots and doing your 6 to 10 minutes or whatever. And you're going to get
honing
so
it.
much over a year.
Yes.
How much better are you as a comic? But here,
Yes.
it takes you a year to do a week's worth of gigs.
The other thing about that too, just quickly, having explored it last year when I had a bit more free time, the pay for it is we'll give you $100 or something.
Yeah.
Which is fair enough because you're just starting out. And in America, if you're doing 7 gigs in one night,
$700
makes total sense. However, if you are giving up your entire night to come out at 10 p.m. and do and freak out about it all day, get out there, it's a shit gig, and then someone gives you $100 cash. Fuck, that's a
Well,
but the beauty of that is that because of that,
yes.
you are miles ahead of everybody else. Because
Totally.
if you just turn up, all you have
Yes.
to do is turn up.
Yes.
And you are beating 99% of the people out there because they can't be fucked.
Yeah, exactly.
All you have to do is to turn up.
Yeah.
And you are just, you've got such a great chance for a win. But fuck, I couldn't be bothered at my age.
For many, many years when Johnny and I were doing Sugar and Spice, right, and this was a fucking double-edged sword, we got $40 for a gig.
Each?
No. We got $40.
Yeah.
Which is what they'd pay the other comics.
I felt like there should
and we
be-
got $40.
There should
so
be-
there's 20 for you, Jono.
But that's 4 jugs.
Yeah, well,
Each.
and we were, unemployed at that stage
Yeah.
anyway, so we didn't give a fuck.
Got
We were
nothing
just-
else to do.
We were just drinking piss. But
That should be part of our financial advice segment yesterday. That's how bad that is.
it was terrible, man. And we'd be.
But when you're young,
Totally.
and you're a performer,
Yes.
and it's what you want to do in the first place, it's like, well, the money's almost, it's irrelevant, isn't it? You're going to be doing it
incidental.
anyway.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, that's why, just so much respect for the people that are working full-time jobs that they hate, that they actually want to pursue comedy,
Yeah.
and they are giving up every weeknight
Yeah.
to go and do that and put up with shit like I saw last night. Like, the fuck, honestly.
And
Well, the
that
great
is
thing about that
not
is
uncommon.
if you bomb, who gives a shit?
Who gives a
Yes.
fuck? No
Yeah,
one.
It's got nothing to do with you.
Yeah. And it's actually a good thing to get
Well.
used to and not care about.
Yes.
It isn't. Yeah, it's a no kind
It
of.
might be my fault, but it's hard to tell.
Yes, but it is. It's you can take refuge in.
Yeah.
There's no way I was going to fucking succeed there. That was
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Yeah, but having said all that, I thoroughly enjoyed it. So if you ever go to a shit comedy night and it's a debacle, stay and enjoy it and laugh along because it is very entertaining.
Yeah.
If I was in that scenario on stage, I'd get my massive testicles out. That's all I'd do.
Would you start
And
Doing
I'd do
poye.
and so on.
Make sure you do the impression of the lady at the start of the song as well. That goes down a treat.
Oh, my God.
Hey, listen to the Hauraki Big Show 4 to 7 every weekday.
Do you know who could do that? Is Cohen Holloway. Cohen Holloway could do that bit. Do you know what I mean? He could
totally.
do that, but he's part Māori.
Yes.
So that's what would allow it, but it would be very funny.
I saw him today on a show for about 2 minutes where he was some sort of presenter. But anyway, that's by the by.
Oh, you sure? I mean,
I was watching it with my wife, and we were like, "Oh, what? It was a comedy." And it was
Right.
like, "What the fuck?" And it was a female presenter as well. She was Māori, and I think it was a Māori show. Yeah. So, but I can't. I don't
To
know.
cut
what
it
it's called.
in.
Give it a Google.
It was kind of a piss take of that kind of thing.
like Native Affairs.
Yes.
Yeah. Hey, listen to Hauraki Big Show 4 to 7 weekdays. Radio Hauraki. Love you.
Or don't.
No.